Let me guess, you clicked that thumbnail for that video because you want to know how to one-shot guardians in the crucible with a bow. Then let me tell you, you've clicked the right video, because in this video I will share with you a build where you can one-tap guardians in the crucible with a legendary bow. So it's not Le Monarch, no. And now that I have your attention and got you all excited, let's directly start with this video. So here's the cheat sheet overview. The bow will be in the center. Then we're talking about the mods and about some subclass tips. And what you don't see here is exotics, because I won't have a specific exotic for that build. So let me hear your exotic recommendations when you are running a bow in the crucible. What do you like to pair the bow with? While you think about what exotic to run, I will start the build. So the center of the one-shot legendary archer build obviously is the bow. And it's not any bow, it's the Wolftone draw, okay? The Wolftone draw is the bow we gonna run. And you need, as it says here, you need a very specific perk combination to make that work. A must-have perk combo, and that is Archer's Tempo and Adagio. Is it called Adagio? I don't care. So this is the combination you want to run with that build. So those two here, okay, that pair. Those two perks, Archer's Tempo and Adagio, have a very nice synergy going. Why do we want that combination, okay? Let's talk a bit about the perks in detail. I think that's pretty interesting for everyone. So Archer's Tempo for bows. It basically says minus 30% draw time for 3 seconds. I can already say that that's not correct, okay? That's not how it works, and I will come to that in just a second after we talked about Adagio. So what Adagio does is plus 20% damage, minus 20% draw time for 5 seconds. And as I said, Archer's Tempo, so the minus 30% aren't true, okay? That's not how Archer's Tempo works, okay? Though that's, forget about that again, it's not true. So how does Archer's Tempo really work? What Archer's Tempo does, no matter what draw time your bow has, it sets the draw time to 440 milliseconds. So 440 draw time, no matter what your base draw time is, okay? When you proc Archer's Tempo, it's 440. And with Adagio procced, what we get then is a precision damage of Wolftone of 182. So what we have with this combination, okay, if you have a precision hit, kill, you proc Archer's Tempo and Adagio. Archer's Tempo sets the draw time as set to 440. So the minus 20% draw time, reset, negated, overwritten, okay? So at that moment you have a 440 millisecond draw time bow with a 182 precision damage. I let that sink in a little bit while I have a drink. And if you like stuff like that, combinations like that on that cheat sheet, please consider leaving a like here to help Mom's Basement grow. And that's not all of it, okay? That's not all of it. We talked about Adagio, and I think everybody seen the latest swap. So while Adagio with Witch Queen won't up the damage bonus for the bow, I mean it's strong enough. What will happen is that the 5-second Adagio buff with come Witch Queen will be a 7-second buff. So from 5 to 7 seconds. So that's a longer Adagio buff. That's pretty nice. With Witch Queen. Regarding the bow mod, I think most would say go for Icarus or Targeting Adjuster. But I tested all of them and I say with bows, go for Freehand Grip. The intrinistic hipfire of the bow already feels pretty good, but with Freehand Grip you can make some insane hipfire shots in the crucible, especially because most of the lanes are pretty short. And you can use hipfire like 50% of the time. What mods do you want to pair with that loadout? Because as you can see, right now it's 182 precision damage, and that isn't a one tap in the crucible. So what we're gonna run here in the mods, we're gonna run Charge Harvester and Taking Charge. Both of those are used to become charged with light, but I think you basically know that. Why do I run this pair with the bow? Because Charge Harvester is pretty good at the beginning of PvP matches, okay? To get your first stacks of Charged with Light. Later on, when all the supers start going, Taking Charge is more reliable because there will be a lot of light orbs lying around. But for the beginning, Charge Harvester and then taking charge, and that's a very strong pair to become charged with light in the Crucible. And what I would also highly recommend for that one-tap build is stacks on stacks and supercharged. All of that stuff, okay, all of those mods are basically funneling into another mod, and that's high energy fire, okay? That's the high energy fire mod. Most of you will already say, okay, Dirty, I know where you're getting there with the 182 precision damage so far. So high energy fire with all those four guys over here gives you a very high uptime, okay? A very high uptime of charge with light. A few tips of how to play that, okay? How to play that in the Crucible. I would say start slow with the bow, always. Stay a bit in the back. Nothing too crazy. And have a look on your buffs when you have your first 2 stacks of charge with light. And then you can start doing crazy things with high energy fire. Because high energy fire adds another 20% to your Adagio buff. Because Adagio is an intrinistic weapon perk, so it's not like empowered. And that can stack with high energy fire. And what's the result of that? Okay, what's the result of that? That's a 200. That's a 280 precision damage headshot crit. 280. So basically you delete those little Le Monarch users. One taps, baby. Mind you, this build isn't easy to run. So it's absolutely not like our Lawrence driver build. Link will be up here. So it's not like the Lawrence driver build. It's a bit harder to do. But I would also say try it, because there's another thing to that build. It really helps you with your aim, okay? Because you have to be pretty precise. It's a nice little aim training for the Crucible. And it also helps you to play around cover. Because when you play with the bow and peek and time it right, the time to kill doesn't matter so much, at least for the first kill. Because the hand cannon has to hit you 3 times. But you only need 2 arrows, and while you're in cover, he can't hit you. So play around it. Play it a little bit more with the distance. Play it safe. And as said, freehand grip helps you with those shotgun rushes. You can also pair it with a shotgun. Here in the mod slot, here's another thing I would like to add, and that's bow targeting. I would highly recommend a bow targeting mod for that build, because it seems to be way more consistent regarding the hipfire accuracy with the bow targeting mod. Also the aim down sight. Sometimes I have the reticle perfectly lined up and you still miss, but with bow targeting that tends to happen way less. Instead of talking all the time, I prepared a little clip to show that in action, actually. Because that's hard to do live, we never know what happens, so I prepared that with some Crucible rounds. So have a look how that works. I will pause that and talk a little bit about that. Yeah, so I mean, that one was perfect, 152. Let's see how that plays out. So the second shot, 143, not a perfect draw. But now you can see it over here. So this kill gave us 2 stacks of charged with light. And we have Adagio. And we have Archer's Tempo ready. So you will see, please focus now, because it will be super quick. Pink arrow, lightning fast shooting here. Bam, see? Deleted, 218 precision, okay? 218 in that precision hit. And as you see, with that 218 kill, we would have Adagio still up. We would have another Archer's Tempo with 0.2 seconds left. I know there's another guy coming there. We have another charged with light. I used to play Warlock and Titan. That's why I start to strangely bunny hop right now. But we still kill him with a body shot, okay? That was a 133, 137 with Adagio. He was already tapped. So we finished him off. But let's see another one. So I started to get a feel how to set those games up. And had a few more. That one, look at the points, okay? So I was basically captured in my spawn. And it was all like panic and stuff. But here you see some hip firing. If you want to see that. So I was basically shooting at this guy. Dodge out of the way. Because he also got a nice shot in me. And I was basically trying just to get to cover. And I see the radar pings. There are already 2 other guys. I think one was spawning there. So we got the first precision hit at him for 152. And then we are a bit lucky here, okay? We're a bit lucky here that the 101 finishes him off. And now we have, again, Charged with Light, Adagio, and Archer's Tempo ready. And now you will witness a nice hipfire 218. Bam! That was nice. So you see, at this distances, I think the whole hallway here, you could basically cover with hipfire. Because that's how accurate it is most of the time. Then we have another one. I'm pretty proud of that one. I already shared it on Twitter as well. So we will finish off this guy with some lousy, inaccurate hipfire shots. But there's another guy on the enemy team, okay, with Le Monarch. And he was really pissed because he was always back there or in this area with his Le Monarch. And normally I was way more back and we dueled the whole time. And he was really unfortunate, okay? Most time when we met each other, I had my Adagio and as you can see here, Charged with Light ready. So he's really a poor guy. So he's running the Le Monarch one-tap build and he was getting one-shotted by myself a lot. I'm sorry for that, bro. So he comes around the corner in just a second and you see hipfire again, boom, 280. 18, nice. I don't want to give you one subclass to run that build because it works with every subclass. I just want to mention some things here regarding different classes, okay? So for Warlock, basically you have Empowering Rift, Guiding Flame, Empowerment, and Well of Radiance. And for Titans you have Inertia Override and Weapons of Light. So all of those, Empowering Rift, Guiding Flame, Empowerment, Inertia Override, and Well of Radiance, can one-tap with Adagio active. And depending on resilience, I'm pretty sure that Weapons of Light with the 35% damage buff can actually one-tap without Adagio, okay? It depends a little bit on the resilience, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's 198, something like that. So there are one-taps possible without Adagio. Now that's all Titan and Warlock. Personally, I have to say, I prefer Hunter just for the movement, for the dodge invis, and for the Oathkeeper exotic. So here it is, that's what I'm running exotic-wise. The Oathkeeper's exotic is what I run with the one-shot legendary archer build, and that's the build, that's the cheat sheet. Give it a try in the Crucible to really annoy those DMT users, to really annoy those Le Monarch users, to really annoy the Lawrence Driver users. Okay, be careful against the Lawrence Driver guys, okay, because they have like magnetic energy bullets that basically follow you around the corner. But yeah, give it a try. Have fun. As I said, it's not that easy to do. It's more of a to challenge yourself, but have fun build. And if you like to challenge yourself, leave a like to help Mom's Basement grow and bring you more challenges. I guess that's it for the build for today. Now, time to hop into some Crucible.